XRP, XLM manipulation, this last crash. Well, what about how ICP is looking kind of tough right now? Casper, yeah, it looks hot. But let's talk about what happened these last several days and what looks to be doing the best. Not only are we going to learn about those cryptos, I'm going to show you how to do it so you can spot market manipulation yourself. I am back from the race, the Merrill Mile. I'm waiting for the official results posting. It was held on Camp Merrill Ranger Training Camp. Holy crap, that place was actually really cool. And you know the deal, viewers, comments come first. Drop a hot comment and maybe I share it on the next vid. Golden Boy XCM says, you're not Zoe? Yeah, so I'm going to my door. I got dog treats in my hand. Zoe's a farm dog. Zoe's my neighbor's farm dog, a big Great Pyrenees, fluffy white one. My dogs are barking, it's usually Zoe. Zoe comes to the house, I like to pet Zoe. I give Zoe treats. Hey, it's life, okay? I go out there, no, I didn't see Zoe. I saw, no, I'll have it linked at the end. Needless to say, the sheriff would be involved and it would be a crazy start to race day. Bitcoin sitting at 69,634. We could all use a lot more 69 in our lives. For those of you not getting any 69 because you're either not invested in Bitcoin or you don't have a partner to 69 with, I'm sorry. That sucks. 69 is also the date of today's video. Numerology people out there, am I blowing your minds yet? ETH 3701, okay. BNB 681, still pretty hot. XRP under 50 cents. XLM under 10 cents. Caspa 16.2. ICP, we're going to talk about. I'm going to show you some data, some information, manipulation. It's kind of messy. ICP 1091. I want you to think about ICP price last several weeks and think about influencers and think about the people shilling stuff and think about you'll see what I'm talking about. Toncoin's got a payment system. Binance has got 200 million users with 100 billion in assets, so there's some reasons, some stories. Now check this out. This is over the last 7 days, okay? So I want to capture the crash, what stuff looked like before it, and what stuff is now look like after it, okay? And you're going to see a massive, massive pattern here, all right? Check it out. So Bitcoin, and remember, all of these times line up so you can actually see the crash appear for everyone. Bitcoin, right? Ethereum. Look at BNB, looks very different. Now you got Solana. Look at XRP, crash down. Doge, crash down. Toncoin. Okay. Kind of a weird thing because I talk a ton about Toncoin and BNB on this channel. I don't shill it. I bring you the news, right? I bring you the news. I bring you the news about partnerships that are actually real. Not the BS. No, I'm telling you, you got to watch this stuff. So check it out, okay? Now you look at Cardano, had a weird pump before and then crashed on down. SHIB looks the same. Avalanche looks the same. TRX is fake as F. Don't trust it. Look at Link. Now let's start getting into some other ones that have been like really, really pumped up big. Okay, PayPay, crash and down. ICP pump and now way, way down. What about Caspa? Caspa's looking different. Very different. In fact, you could see where all of them had the crash at the same. Caspa didn't have crap. Aptos, Render, Filecoin looks very interesting. Very different. Filecoin's doing some different stuff here. Hbar, look at that, crash and down. So now I want you to think of how sexy did Hbar look a little bit. Remember that big pump that just didn't last? Hbar's been pulling back quite a bit, down 9.5% last 7 days. Render, so the things that were hot are now pulling back quite strong. ICP, taking a deeper look into ICP gets rough. Check this out when you zoom out on the time frame from ICP. All right, that's 1 month. This is 1 year. So, I mean, you had some, look at this. You had some juice here in the $19, $16. I mean, gosh, this thing is way far away from that now. And you're seeing this downward movement here. And when we zoomed out, you could see that, like, the ones that people were really touting are now, like, really not hot anymore. And that's part of it. It's not just like if a company does good in crypto. It's more about like when there's like a hotness, a sexiness, you want to touch it. It's the subscribe button, of course. But like, you know, you can see it. You know, you see the videos and so forth, all that kind of stuff. You know, you see the influencers out there. And I guess just what I'm trying to say is like, things only stay hot for so long. Now, you have seen a lot more recent news regarding BNB that's been real. A lot more recent news regarding Toncoin that's real. Meme, yeah. Juicy has its juicy pumps, but you got to be careful on that meme. And look at the rest of these. Don't these charts all look the same? You're telling me that that Polkadot and Near, Matic, Litecoin, that like it's all the same? No, so there's obvious manipulation, and and then there's obviously ones that aren't following that right now. And that's why you gotta sort out through the news that's actually real, the stuff that actually matters. Not some stupid article that no one can ever find the source or find the quote for, and stuff that like you're not shared. No, you can do exactly what I'm doing. I'll have this link down below. All you got to do is filter it out by 7 days. So when these market crashes happen, you can see exactly what is playing differently than the rest. And you link it up with the news, I think you got something. And I'm presenting this stuff here not to throw shade at any one thing, but to show you that what happens with the hype machine, right? The shilling influencer machine. See, I bring the news whether it's good or bad, okay? And I bring the news that's real. It's so hard in this space right now to verify stuff because there's very few sources that prove to be real. The majority of the articles that I see, like as I'm researching, there's stuff that I'm like, oh, this isn't even right. Like, so like if they're not having like correct facts, and if they're not providing names and all that stuff that you see on these other channels, you're gonna get roasted, man. And what's the interesting about crypto, and I mentioned it earlier, is crypto is also about what's hot and what's sexy, right? Like what's in right now. And you gotta have news that makes an impact, and not like, oh, we're going to be using this crap. No, man, you gotta have stuff where it's like people are doing. And that's what this is all about, separating through the bullshit and separating that from the real stuff. And I'm telling you, 99% of the shit you hear out there is just bullshit. It's bad. It is so bad. But what wasn't bad was race day. That's right, tomorrow's mile. Yeah, broke a PB. It was freaking awesome. The weather was just insane. It's a crash landing strip, so like it funnels wind, and it's where the Rangers train, and it funneled wind, and we had gusts, and tents were going all over. I had to stop racing several times and like help my son like strap everything back down. Our aid table that had the food and water on it actually blew over in one of the gusts, and this had like gallons of water and like tons of food, so it was crazy situation out there for a few hours. The wind was really, really roaring. But once the wind went down, man, it was time to get down. It was time to cut it. So I might do a separate video about the race because it was a really, really cool experience. I placed very well. I did. I placed very well. I haven't seen the final results yet, but I did fairly well. So yeah, cool event. I can actually kind of walk today. I did 57, my Garmin came out at 57 miles, and I think it was 57 laps I did there in 12 hours, so pretty neat stuff. But yeah, Camp Merrill, really cool, up in the mountains in Georgia. It's pretty neat when this is pretty cool. This is a shirt. But it's pretty neat, like when you do the race, they actually started off the race with like a warning about bears active in the area. There was a bear like a day before that was there. There was a warning about trees and snakes on the track because there's like a river or creek somewhere nearby. So they talk about, water moccasins and all the other poisonous snakes that we have out here, copperheads and so forth. And yeah, it was pretty cool. The ladies like, because we ran this at night, okay? So the ladies like, just to let you know, tree branches don't move. So because like you're on the next lap and all of a sudden you see a tree branch in the middle of the path, yeah, that's not a tree branch. Like, this was a crash landing strip, so they pushed the trees way far back from the path so that, like, the planes have, like, room to land. So, like, it wouldn't be anywhere near where the path was. It was a really cool time. Really, really cool time. And there was a new female record set. The 48-hour race had a female record. I think she smashed 169 or something like that. Yeah, she broke her previous record. Lady was rocking it. Older lady, not older, but she's not like the 20 something, your range in the races. So but yeah, it was a really cool event. I'll probably do a separate video on it. But yes, that's the crypto news. Sorry for the long race thing. It's just, for me, racing is really important because it keeps me very grounded and it keeps me very healthy. I spend a lot of time taking care of myself, and racing is a big part of my life because it gives me time to think too. So like, you know, the whole training for it keeps me structured. I love it. It's really good for me. So yeah, I just thought I would share that with you, and I'll probably do an in-depth video. So that's the deal. And yes, there was a time in the race where I got down.